Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are putting away that mental image of the single, massive, traditional holiday roast.
We're embarking on a truly exhaustive culinary expedition.
Yeah, moving past that once-a-year bird and diving, headfirst into the extraordinary and I think often overlooked versatility of turkey.
That is the mission. We
Yeah.
have this tremendous stack of source material in front of us. It's a collection of sought-after preparations that offers, quite literally 50 unique ways to handle this protein.
And our job isn't to just read you a cookbook.
No, not at all. We're here to be expert guides, really, analyzing the underlying principles, the ingredients that matter, the techniques that save time or enhance flavor.
And the critical flavor profiles that can transform what is, let's be honest, a pretty lean protein into a masterpiece.
We're aiming to give you a genuine shortcut to mastering turkey cookery.
Right. Whether you find yourself staring down a whole bird or just a package of ground meat for a weeknight meal, or maybe that perennial culinary challenge, a fridge full of leftovers.
So to make this manageable, we've broken the 50 preparations into 5 core thematic areas. We'll cover rapid skillet cooking, structured ground meat dishes like loaves and burgers.
Then we'll get into traditional methods for specific large cuts like braising.
Right. And then large format roasting and grilling with some really exotic marinades. And finally, of course, the essential category of comfort food and creative leftover casseroles.
And here is the core aha moment, I think. This is the single principle that ties this entire collection together and really why we're bothering with a deep dive into turkey at all.
Which is?
Turkey is one of the most remarkable blank canvases in the culinary world. I mean, its low-fat content means it actively needs our help. It needs flavor intervention.
And that necessity is what allows us to swing so wildly across the flavor spectrum. We are going to see concepts that span from intense, spicy chili bases to robust, complex herb mixtures, and even these sticky sweet maple glazes.
It really demonstrates that turkey is a year-round potential powerhouse. It's not just a once-a-year spectacle.
Not at all.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the need for speed. We all have those weeknights where dinner needs to materialize in, 30 minutes? And the sources show several brilliant ways to get turkey cooked and flavored in that tight time frame. So we're starting with the 30-min turkey piccata.
The piccata is a perfect example of how a classic preparation adapts flawlessly to turkey scalloping.
Which is just thin, pounded slices of turkey breast, right?
Exactly. And the genius here lies in this two-pronged approach to flavor delivery. First, the crucial flavor infusion happens directly in the coating itself.
So it's not just plain flour. They're not just dredging it in something bland.
Not at all. They call for flour mixed heavily with aromatics, specifically grated lemon zest, dried thyme, salt, and pepper. You're incorporating these potent flavor compounds right into the binding agent.
So you get that flavor hit immediately. It's locked right onto the surface.
Precisely. The technique is a classic two-stage dredging. The turkey is dipped first into a lightly beaten egg, for moisture adhesion.
Yeah.
And then immediately into that heavily seasoned flour mixture until it's perfectly coated.
Now let's get to the technical insight that keeps this dish quick and crisp, because I think this is critical. It's the split cooking method.
Yes.
They tell you to use a combination of unsalted butter and olive oil for frying.
Right. The oil prevents the butter from burning, and the butter provides the flavor. But the key is you only heat half of that fat mixture to start with.
And you only fry half the turkey at a time, about 6 minutes total, turning it once. Why is that so important?
Well, if you crowd the pan, the temperature just drops instantly. The fat then absorbs into the coating instead of crisping it up, and you end up with, soggy cutlets.
Awful.
Yeah, so by wiping the pan clean after the first batch, which removes any stray, scorched flour bits, and reheating the pan with the second half of the fat mixture, you maintain consistent high heat.
And that ensures that crisp golden coating stays perfect for all the servings. That little detail saves the whole dish from being chewy or greasy.
It does. Then you finish it with some fresh chopped parsley. Gives it a final bright green pop of color and flavor.
So good. Okay, so moving from that sort of European classic to something with a completely different profile.
We transition to the southwestern kick of the Acapulco turkey roll.
And this preparation is a masterclass in stretching a tiny amount of lean protein. It only calls for 4 ounces of ground turkey.
4 ounces. And padding it aggressively with bulk and flavor. The flavor profile is intense and efficient, centered on chili powder, a finely chopped large garlic clove, and 2 tablespoons of salsa. This mixture gets cooked quickly in a skillet until it's crumbled and seasoned, and then it's cooled.
And the assembly, it demonstrates a really creative use of simple, layered components.
Yeah, the core ingredients are that cooked turkey mixture, a massive 2 cups of steamed broccoli florets, and 4 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese.
And these are all layered inside 4 small whole wheat tortillas. But what's fascinating to me is the binding agent they use on the tortilla first, diet mayonnaise.
It sounds a little unusual, I know, but the mayo provides a protective moisture barrier. It stops the tortilla from absorbing all the wet ingredients too quickly.
So it doesn't get soggy.
Exactly. And it provides a creamy richness without adding a high volume of fat. After rolling and slicing them diagonally, you have a complete, portable, low-fat meal. It's smart engineering.
It is. But not all quick preparations involve a skillet or hot sauce. We also found these fascinating, cold, assembled concepts that showcase structural prep, like the turkey log.
And the golden turkey croissant.
Right, but let's focus on the bacon lettuce turkey log, which uses a very specific medium, the 14-inch Middle Eastern round cracker bread, lavash.
And this brings us to a crucial structural insight. You have to prepare the carrier itself. Lavash is designed to be brittle, almost like a giant flat cracker.
So if you try to roll it straight out of the package, it just snaps.
It shatters. The instruction here is critical. You must run the cracker under hot water until it's moist, and then immediately wrap it in a clean, damp cloth to let it fully soften and become pliable.
That's culinary engineering right there, before you even start with the food. You're transforming a rigid cracker into a flexible wrap.
And then comes the filling, which is dense and savory.
It starts with the base spread. Softened cream cheese, which provides the necessary fat and, adhesion.
Right, the glue.
Mixed with crumbled, cooked, crisp, lean bacon, finely chopped celery, and finely chopped scallions. That spread goes down first.
Then the layering begins. Thinly sliced cooked turkey and a quarter of a chopped, ripe avocado. And note the detail here. The avocado has to be dipped in lemon juice first.
To stop it from browning?
Exactly. It's crucial for a prep that you might make in advance for lunchboxes. The acid prevents that rapid oxidation. It maintains the visual appeal and freshness.
Such a small step, but it makes all the difference.
A single layer of cored romaine lettuce leaves is added, finished with freshly ground pepper. Then it's rolled tightly, wrapped and chilled. It's dense, layered, a perfect delivery vehicle for rich flavors.
And then you contrast that complexity with the golden turkey croissant. It's a model of simplicity.
Total opposite. It's just rapid assembly using pre-made components.
It involves layering, 2 ounces of thinly sliced cooked turkey, 2 thin tomato slices, and a half an ounce of alfalfa sprouts inside a split croissant.
And a final step is topping it with a quarter cup of heated chef-made golden cheese sauce.
Which is just instant gratification. You're leveraging 3 major speed factors: pre-cooked meat, bread that is already fatty and flaky, and a ready-made, high-flavored cheese sauce.
It solidifies the idea that quick turkey preparation means aggressively leveraging existing cooked products and high-impact condiments.
Absolutely.
Okay, so moving into structured forms. This is where ground turkey truly shines, but it's also where its leanness creates specific challenges.
Right. It needs careful handling of binding agents and seasoning.
And we have excellent comparisons in the loaf department that reveal 2 very different approaches to managing that structure.
We've got a tasty turkey loaf and Carla's turkey loaf. Let's start with the tasty turkey loaf. It's a big batch, calls for 3 pounds of ground turkey.
And the key structural component here, the binding agent, is crumbled saltine crackers.
The old classic.
Yep, along with lightly beaten eggs and finely chopped onion for moisture. This recipe is built for speed and immediate flavor gratification, and it's driven by the inclusion of a Sloppy Joe seasoning mix.
So it's a bit of a shortcut, but the real distinction of this loaf is the external glazing strategy.
Right, the sauce, a mix of Worcestershire, ketchup, prepared mustard, and light brown sugar, is brushed generously on top before it goes in the oven.
And that glaze caramelizes during the bake, creating a sweet and tangy crust.
And this loaf is fast. It bakes at 350, covered with foil, for only 1 hour. The choice of saltines as the binder supports this speed. Crackers absorb some moisture, but they don't hold the density that grains do.
So the heat penetrates faster and it firms up quicker.
Exactly. And then it requires a crucial 15-minute stand time for the juices to settle before you slice it.
Okay, now let's pivot to Carla's turkey loaf, which is, it feels like the culinary opposite.
It is. It uses a smaller amount of meat, 2 pounds, and the crucial binding agent is oatmeal.
Oatmeal! That's the key difference.
This is the exact analysis we need to focus on. Oatmeal absorbs far more moisture than crackers. It expands and creates a denser, wetter final texture.
And that's important because Carla's recipe is designed for deep, complex flavor infusion from vegetables.
Chopped medium onion and finely chopped celery, and a really robust herb blend. Equal parts rosemary, dried thyme, and dried basil, plus parsley.
So if the tasty loaf relies on a quick, external sweet and tangy crust,
Carla's loaf relies on a complex internal herb environment.
and what does that mean for the technique, for the bake time?
It means a significantly longer bake time. Carla's loaf requires 2 hours at 350 degrees, double the time.
Wow.
That extended time is essential to allow the oatmeal binder to fully hydrate and for the volatile oils in those robust herbs, rosemary and thyme, to fully penetrate and flavor the lean meat. It's a denser structure built for slow flavor development.
That is a fantastic contrast in principle. Okay, shifting from loaves to patties, we see ground turkey's leanness tackled in two different ways.
Right, by either wrapping fat around the outside or mixing it directly inside.
Let's start with the bacon-wrapped turkey burgers. This is a very direct culinary intervention.
It is. The recipe combines ground turkey with dry fine breadcrumbs, Worcestershire, and garlic salt. The secret weapon here is wrapping 2 strips of bacon, crisscross, around each patty, securing the ends underneath with toothpicks.
That bacon is your insurance policy against the turkey drying out.
It's your flavor and your fat. Under high heat, the fat renders, and it just bastes the turkey from the outside in.
And the technique is aggressive broiling. We're talking 550 degrees, 4 inches from the heat source.
And only for 4 minutes per side. That high focused heat is necessary to crisp the bacon quickly while cooking that thin half-inch patty through without turning it into shoe leather.
It's maximizing speed while mitigating the dryness risk. Smart.
By sharp contrast, the blue cheese turkey burgers integrate the flavor and fat right into the mix.
So inside fat versus outside fat.
Precisely. This is where you leverage a high-fat, high-flavor dairy component. You combine the lean ground turkey with a sizable amount of crumbled blue cheese, Dijon mustard, dried breadcrumbs, and chopped scallions.
The blue cheese and Dijon are the key, sharp, rich elements here.
They are. Blue cheese contains both fat and that strong, savory umami punch, while Dijon adds tang and helps emulsify the mixture, helping it hold moisture.
And the technique here is less intense. It's broiled for 10 minutes on a Pam-sprayed rack, turning once.
Right, it's not about crisping external bacon. It's about internal moisture retention provided by the cheese. And they serve these on toasted pitas, which suggests a slightly lighter presentation than a traditional bun.
This gives us a clear pattern. When dealing with ground turkey, successful cooking always involves either externally supplementing fat, like with bacon, or internally supplementing moisture and richness.
With oatmeal, cheese, cream cheese, something like that.
Exactly. Okay, now let's explore the casserole universe, where we see the two poles of complexity, from scratch versus assembly line.
Let's start with complexity. Brigitte Seeling's turkey dumpling casserole. This is a multi-step stovetop simmer, a true stew in dumpling preparation.
The base starts with browning the ground turkey with oil until it's crumbled. Then you build the flavor base.
Right, canned tomato sauce and beef broth, along with onions, green peppers, garlic, and a heavy dose of sage and salt.
That base is simmered, covered, for about 15 minutes. That allows the liquid to reduce slightly and the aromatics to meld.
That slow build creates the deep, unctuous foundation that's necessary for the dumplings.
Stage 2 is the critical structure, the dumplings themselves, and they're made from scratch.
They are using cornmeal, flour, calumet baking powder, egg, milk, rosemary, and oil. The cornmeal gives them a really satisfying texture that holds up well in the liquid.
Once they're dropped by spoonfuls over the simmering turkey mixture, they're covered again and steamed or simmered for about 10 minutes until they're firm. It requires patience and timing.
It's serious foundational cooking.
It is. Now let's flick to Nick Cassoni's Turkey Crunch Casserole. This is the definition of leftover assembly. It relies entirely on convenience products for speed and flavor.
This is built from a massive volume of pre-cooked components. 3 cups of diced cooked turkey, ham, or chicken, combined with chopped hard-boiled eggs, canned mushrooms, celery, blanched slivered almonds, and chopped onion.
Wait, that recipe relies entirely on canned condensed cream of chicken soup and mayonnaise as the binding agent. That strikes me as kind of defeating the purpose of using lean turkey.
That is the trade-off. It's inherent in American comfort food recipes designed for speed, in that post-war era. The lean turkey provides the protein, but the cream of chicken soup and mayonnaise, a combined 10.75 ounces of soup and 3/4 of a cup of mayo, provide all the necessary fat, salt, and creamy texture that lean turkey cannot deliver on its own.
So it's a pragmatic approach. It prioritizes texture and flavor delivery over strict leanness,
It really does. You combine that massive volume of ingredients with the creamy binder, pour it into a dish, and then apply the crucial crunch element.
which is a topping of chow mein noodles or crushed potato chips.
That topping is key for textural contrast, which is essential in a very soft, creamy casserole. It's then baked for a quick 30 minutes at 350 until bubbly. It's fast, rich, and relies on pre-cooked materials, demonstrating maximum efficiency in utilizing leftovers.
Okay, moving on from ground turkey, we get into handling the larger, tougher cuts, the drumsticks, wings, and thighs.
And these require entirely different approaches to ensure tenderness, often involving long, moist heat or specialized pre-cooking to break down all that connective tissue.
Braising is the classic application here.
It is. It uses moisture and low heat over a long period to convert the collagen in these working muscles into gelatin, yielding that fork-tender meat. The recipe for braised turkey drumsticks starts with the essential first step, dry frying the drumsticks for 15 minutes until they are thoroughly browned.
That browning step is indispensable, isn't it? That high, dry heat initiates the Maillard reaction.
Which creates deep, savory flavor compounds that are water-soluble and will infuse into the braising liquid later on.
Once they're browned, they're seasoned, and water is added about 1.5 cups. And the technique is that they're brought to a boil, then the heat is reduced significantly, covered tightly.
And simmered for a substantial hour and a half until they're fully tender, turning the drumsticks halfway through.
And here's the analytical step that I think people often skip. Once they're tender, you must measure the cooking liquid and remove the fat layer before you use it for gravy.
Absolutely. The act of cooking those bony, fatty cuts releases a lot of rendering, which needs to be skimmed before you try to reduce it. That reserved liquid is your concentrated flavor base.
And the accompanying recipe, braised turkey with gravy, showcases the essential simplicity of using that liquid.
It's so simple. It involves creating a simple slurry of flour and water, adding it to a portion of the hot reserved cooking liquid, and cooking for 2 minutes until it reaches a smooth, creamy thickness. It's ready to serve over the diced, deboned turkey meat.
So let's contrast that simple water braise of the drumsticks with the approach taken for the braised turkey wings. The wings start with a dry, high-heat sear before any liquid is added.
A totally different start. 6 wings, cut at the joints, are seasoned heavily with paprika, salts, and white pepper. They go into a very hot oven, 450 degrees, for 20 minutes until they achieve a deep golden color, turning them occasionally.
This method maximizes the crisp texture and deep color of the skin before the environment shifts to moist heat.
Exactly. And the braising liquid here is more complex than just water. It's 4 cups of chicken broth that is pre-thickened with half a cup of sifted flour,
Creating a sort of pre-roux liquid.
and then loaded with diced onion, tomatoes, and green bell pepper. That thickened aromatic liquid is poured over the golden wings, and they continue baking for a long 2 hours until they are tender.
So that's a technique designed to produce not just tender meat, but a rich, thick, built-in sauce from the start.
Unlike the drumstick method, which creates the gravy afterwards.
We just saw how long, slow braising uses moisture to break down tough parts. Now, let's look at the opposite strategy. Using a microwave to rapidly steam and tenderize specific cuts, followed by a quick broil for sheer speed.
This is the modern culinary shortcut. It's found in the broiled chicken quarters or turkey legs recipe. The microwave is leveraged to create a superheated, contained steam environment.
So you place the meat in a microwave-safe dish with a 1/4 cup of water, cover it, and cook it on high for 8 to 10 minutes.
Rearranging the meat halfway through. This essentially accomplishes the tenderizing step of a 2-hour braise in under 10 minutes by utilizing forced steam.
Then you drain and cool the meat, dust it with dry poultry seasoning, and the final step is a very quick broil for 5 to 7 minutes.
That broiling is purely for surface texture and flavor. It adds the necessary Maillard reaction browning that the microwave cooking skips. It's a pragmatic solution for people who need the flavor of slow-cooked meat but just don't have the time.
Finally, let's examine a technique focused entirely on elegant presentation and internal flavor retention. The California turkey mini roasts, which use turkey thighs.
This hinges on careful butchery. You take 2 turkey thighs, and the instruction is specific. Slit the meat along the bone length, pulling the meat back to expose the bone, but crucially, do not cut the meat in half.
You're creating a hinged flap that can be flattened and used as a casing.
Once it's flattened and seasoned, the stuffing is simple. A half cup of chopped onion and a tablespoon of butter dotted onto the onion on each thigh. The meat is then folded over the stuffing and tied securely with string to create two neat bundles.
So you're creating this highly contained environment where the onion and butter steam the thigh meat from the inside out.
Exactly. The cooking involves browning the bundles first, then adding a third of a cup of dry sherry. The alcohol is for flavor, and the liquid itself provides the steam base. They're covered and baked at 325 for an hour and a half until tender. It's an effective way to control the environment of a tricky cut like the thigh, ensuring it remains moist while picking up flavor from the onion and sherry.
So having mastered the need for internal moisture and external steam, we now pivot to how large-scale external treatments, brines, and marinades transform the flavor of a whole bird.
Often paired with grilling or smoking. Let's start with the charbroiled turkey recipe, which is for a huge 15 to 20-pound bird. This is a major undertaking, focused heavily on internal aromatics and indirect heat.
The prep is so elaborate. After drying and seasoning, the cavity is stuffed completely with large onion cubes, 2-inch celery cubes, and quartered fresh fruits. Limes, lemon, orange, and apple. That is a serious commitment to aromatics.
It is.
Is that functional or is it purely for perfume?
Oh, it's highly functional, especially in a long, dry cook like grilling. The fruit and vegetables serve two critical purposes. First, they provide internal steam and moisture as they heat up, which helps protect the internal muscle structure from drying out.
Ah.
And second, yes, they perfume the bird from the inside out. The acids from the citrus tenderize slightly, and the aromatics provide a complex flavor profile that permeates the meat over that 4 to 6 hour cook time.
The cooking method is strictly indirect heat on a grill coals opposite the turkey. The turkey sits in a roasting pan with melted butter, 4 cups of water, and thin lemon slices, all tightly covered with foil.
That foil covering and the water in the pan are essentially creating a makeshift, moist oven environment right on the grill, preventing rapid drying.
And the time is substantial, 4 to 6 hours.
It is. And critically, the foil is removed, and mesquite or hickory chips are added in the final hour of cooking. That delayed smoke introduction ensures the turkey is cooked thoroughly before absorbing the smoke, which can sometimes interfere with cooking if you do it too early.
So you get a cleaner, stronger, smoky finish.
Exactly.
Compare that intensive process to the lazy oven turkey variations, which, despite the name, are designed for efficiency and simplicity.
The lazy oven method relies on simple seasoning and maximum moisture retention inside a covered pan. The only internal prep is placing a halved medium onion inside the cavity. The external seasoning is crucial. A paste formed by combining dried herb sage, rosemary, and thyme with fat, which is rubbed directly into the skin.
The bird then goes into a covered roasting pan with a ½ inch of water at the bottom, baking at 350.
And the key is that the cover stays on for 90% of the cook time. It only comes off for the final 10 to 15 minutes to achieve that external browning, aiming for an internal temperature of 185 degrees.
It's a beautiful lesson in efficiency. By trapping the steam and fat rendered inside the covered pan, you create a self-basting environment.
And you negate the need for constant attention or repeated opening of the oven door.
Right. Okay, turning now to flavor-intensive marinades for smaller, fast-cooking cuts. The honey-basted turkey is a masterpiece of Asian fusion flavors tailored for the grill.
It is. This uses turkey cut into specific pieces, wings, drumsticks, thighs, breast, and back, and the glaze marinade is potent, utilizing that classic sweet and salty balance.
Ew.
Soy sauce and oil combined with pure honey, ground ginger, dry mustard, and finely chopped garlic cloves.
The combination of oil and honey ensures the meat stays moist and achieves that beautiful caramelization without burning too quickly on the grill.
The turkey marinates for 2 hours. It's grilled over medium-hot coals for 30 minutes and then, importantly, basted with the saved marinade and grilled for 20 minutes more until tender.
That reserved marinade is crucial for building those sticky caramelized layers of flavor during the final stage of cooking.
Absolutely. For a completely different bourbon-fueled profile, we have the Kentucky turkey and bacon brochettes. This marinade is complex and relies on multiple layers of flavor.
A 1/4 cup each of oil, packed brown sugar, and Kentucky whiskey.
Combined with 1/3 of a cup of sharp Dijon-style mustard and scallions, all blended thoroughly. You're combining fat, complex sugar, alcohol, and a sharp acid. This flavor profile just screams BBQ.
Boneless, skinless turkey thighs are used, cut into pieces, and marinated for 2 hours at room temperature.
The room temp marinade is a shortcut to promote slightly faster absorption, though you have to be mindful of the short window. The prep involves wrapping each piece in bacon and threading 4 pieces onto skewers.
And the grilling is fast, about 10 minutes, with constant basting from that rich, flavorful marinade.
Until the bacon is crisp and the turkey is done. That bourbon, combined with the sugar and the sharp mustard, creates a truly unforgettable crust, while the bacon provides the external fat required for the high-heat grill.
Okay, finally, let's touch upon the art of preservation and deep flavor penetration. Smoking and jerky. We start with the maple-flavored smoked turkey.
Which involves a lengthy brine process. And the brine isn't just salt and sugar, it's a specific flavor cocktail. Water, white wine, salt, brown sugar, pepper, celery salt, onion seasoning, and a notable addition of maple flavoring.
And the turkey soaks for a significant period, 8 to 12 hours.
Brining, of course, does two things. It seasons the meat throughout the cell structure, and it causes the muscle fibers to absorb moisture, protecting the turkey from the drying effects of the smoker.
And after brining, the bird is removed and dried for a full 60 minutes. Why is that drying time so important?
It's essential to allow the surface to form a pellicle, which is necessary for smoke adherence. The smoke needs something to stick to.
And the technique is specialized. The instructions explicitly say to open the lower and upper cavities of the turkey's body for optimal smoke flow.
It is smoked for 30 minutes per pound, then transferred to a conventional oven at 300 degrees and baked for 15 minutes per pound until the internal temperature is reached. This marries that irreplaceable smoke flavor with the reliability of oven cooking.
And for maximum flavor concentration, we look at Knight's turkey jerky.
This relies entirely on potent liquid-based seasoning to flavor thin strips of turkey meat, followed by dehydration. The marinade is intense and highly concentrated. Onion salt, hickory seasoning, a hefty amount of Worcestershire sauce, 10 dashes of Tabasco, soy sauce, and liquid smoke.
The goal is to maximize savory, umami, and smoky flavors in a very short contact time, marinating for 8 to 24 hours.
After marinating, the strips are patted lightly dry. The liquid smoke, Worcestershire, and soy sauce penetrate the lean meat easily, creating that signature jerky flavor profile. The patting step is necessary to allow for efficient drying.
Okay, this is where we see the true genius of transforming cooked turkey into something entirely new.
Right, showcasing its versatility beyond the simple slices we discussed earlier. Pasta dishes, chili, innovative casseroles. This is the leftover reinvention section.
Let's compare two linguine dishes to understand the range of time commitment and technique. First, the linguine turkey bolognese.
This requires a slow, complex reduction process, typical of a classic Italian ragu. The base starts by heating oil and cooking the holy trinity of aromatics, garlic, onion, carrot, and celery, for 8 to 10 minutes to soften and sweeten them.
Then you add dried oregano and 1.5 pounds of ground turkey, browning the meat for about 8 minutes, and the reduction process begins immediately.
Yep, by adding half a cup of dry red wine and simmering for 10 to 12 minutes until that alcohol aroma evaporates and the flavor of the wine concentrates.
Next comes the thickening step, where a half cup of half and half is added and simmered for 6 to 8 minutes until it reduces, creating a slight emulsification.
Then you add the bulk liquid, chicken stock, tomato paste, and crushed tomatoes.
So if I'm short on time, is there a shortcut to that 60-minute covered simmer that preserves the flavor intensity?
The short answer is no, not really if you want authentic bolognese texture. That final 60-minute simmer is non-negotiable for this recipe. That hour allows the ground meat and vegetables to break down and the flavors to thoroughly integrate and concentrate.
It thickens the sauce naturally without a heavy reliance on flour.
It's a labor of love for flavor density.
Now, contrast that hour-plus reduction with the high-speed linguine and turkey sauté. This is the blueprint for flavor efficiency.
It immediately capitalizes on the use of 2 cups of cooked cubed turkey, eliminating the long reduction step entirely. The sauté is a quick sauce build.
It starts fast. Margarine is heated, and diced celery, carrots, and a large onion are sautéed for only 3 minutes.
Just long enough to soften them slightly. Then flour, sage, and chicken stock are added. Stir it until the sauce simmers, which takes about 1 minute more.
The speed continues with the quick finish. The 2 cups of cooked turkey are added, and the mixture simmers for just 1 more minute. Meanwhile, 2 cups of broccoli florets are instructed to be co-cooked with the linguine for the final 2 minutes of the pasta cooking time.
Such a smart move, and this is a remarkable difference. The sauce simply coats the pre-cooked ingredients. It doesn't need to cook them or reduce dramatically.
And the final genius is the textural contrast provided by topping the entire dish with a 1/4 cup of herbed stuffing mix right before serving.
It delivers immediate concentrated herbal flavor and a crunch element missing from the quick sauté.
Moving to chili, we have 2 completely different philosophies. First, leftover turkey, pumpkin bean turkey chili.
This is an intensely hearty, robust use of leftovers, specifically calling for 2.5 cups of cubed, cooked, skinless turkey. The unique component is the inclusion of a whole 16 ounces of pumpkin,
Pumpkin and chili.
alongside two types of beans, dark red kidney beans and great northern beans.
So why the pumpkin?
It acts as a starchy thickener and adds a subtle, earthy sweetness and depth that complements the heat of the chili seasoning. It can also mask the presence of the beans for people who might be bean-averse.
Interesting. The liquid base is chicken stock and water with crushed undrained tomatoes.
And this chili focuses on volume and texture, with a 45-minute simmer time to allow the pumpkin and seasonings, chili seasoning, cumin, oregano to fully integrate. It's a quick one-pot cleanup meal built primarily from cans and pre-cooked meat.
The second variation is Martin's turkey chili, which is a true slow-cooked chili built from raw ingredients from the ground up.
It starts with soaking black beans overnight. A skinned turkey breast is browned first and removed, and then the aromatics onions, celery, green pepper, and garlic are sautéed until soft.
All the initial ingredients are added back: the meat, beans, tomatoes, water, cayenne, and chili seasoning, and simmered, partially covered for an hour and a half.
But this recipe contains a critical flavor step that makes it stand out. It demonstrates a true understanding of spice chemistry.
That's the toasting of the cumin seeds. Explain the principle behind toasting spices whole rather than using pre-ground cumin.
When you toast spices whole, you gently heat the volatile oils within the seed capsule. This process releases those oils, intensifying their aroma and nutty flavor, and creating a much deeper, more complex taste profile than simply using ground cumin straight from a jar.
It only takes a couple of minutes, right?
Just 2 to 3 minutes in a dry skillet until aromatic and browned. After toasting and coarsely crushing the cumin seeds, they are added back into the pot, along with the coarsely shredded turkey. The chili continues cooking for 60 more minutes until the beans are tender. It drastically changes the final result.
Finally, two more innovative uses for cooked meat, starting with the classic leftover turkey or chicken hash.
This recipe is notable because it treats the hash component and a quick sauce component separately. It's designed to be served with hot biscuits.
The hash is simple. Heat butter, sauté celery and onions, then add 2 to 3 cups of diced turkey and cook for 5 minutes to reheat and blend the flavors.
The sauce, however, is a sophisticated application of pan drippings. It is built from browning 2 tablespoons of turkey fat, then adding flour to create a quick roux. Water, pepper, salt, and savory seasoning are added, stirred until creamy and smooth. Then, the liquid is enriched with cream and any leftover gravy.
And this sauce is poured over the hash and simmered for 15 minutes, enriching the entire dish.
And the accompanying biscuits are simple drop biscuits, requiring a quick mix and a fast 16-minute bake at 400. It's an efficient meal where the focus is on utilizing every bit of flavor potential from the original roast.
And our last innovation in this section, the low-calorie turkey chili rellenos.
This transforms cooked turkey breast strips into an appetizer or light main course, using minimal oil but high heat. The structure is the key. 4 whole green chiles are drained, seeded, and slit open on one side. They are then filled with strips of cooked turkey breast and Monterey Jack cheese.
A quick batter made from flour, salt, baking powder, eggs, and skim milk is whisked until smooth and poured over the chiles.
And the high heat is 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. That aggressive bake is crucial for setting the batter quickly. It's then removed, sprinkled with cheddar cheese, and returned to the residual heat of the oven for just 1 minute until the cheese melts.
It relies on the internal moisture of the chile and the lean turkey, using the high-heat batter to create a flavorful crust without deep frying, which fulfills that low-calorie promise.
Okay, so we wrap up our deep dive with a rapid synthesis of the easy assembled turkey dishes.
Preparations that rely entirely on cold, pre-cooked turkey slices and the power of high-impact condiments to deliver flavor instantly.
These concepts show that you don't need a stove or an oven to create something brilliant if you understand the balance of fat and acid.
Starting with the spreads, the turkey with Creole mayonnaise focuses on a distinctly sharp and spicy dressing.
The dressing is a blend of light mayonnaise, minced green onion, Dijon mustard, vinegar, black pepper, and crucially, cayenne pepper. This recipe is a perfect example of using sharp acid, like vinegar and mustard, and heat from the cayenne to cut the richness of the mayonnaise.
And it provides that necessary counterpoint to the, bland, lean turkey slices.
This powerful mixture is spread onto split, crusty rolls, layered with thin roasted turkey slices and thinly sliced dill pickles. The pickle adds another layer of sourness and crunch.
In direct contrast, the turkey with herbed cream cheese offers a softer, earthier, and richer
Ah.
profile.
The spread uses softened light cream cheese combined with fresh chopped parsley, chopped green onion, light sour cream, and half a teaspoon of dry tarragon. This version relies on dairy fat and earthy herbs for richness, rather than acid and spice.
It's about creating a creamy, dense texture that pairs well with the neutral flavor of the turkey.
Moving to cold preparations that offer more complexity, the lentil salad with smoked turkey utilizes a substantial portion of smoked turkey breast cubes.
The base is lentils, cooked in chicken broth until firm but soft, providing a nutty, hearty foundation. The smoked turkey cubes, minced red onions, celery, parsley, and dry tarragon are mixed gently with the lentils.
And the dressing ties it all together. It's a classic emulsion. Whisked yogurt, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, fresh lemon juice, minced garlic, salt, and pepper. The combination of yogurt and lemon juice provides the necessary acidity to brighten the earthiness of the lentils and the density of the smoked turkey.
And the textural contrast between the firm lentils and the softer turkey and vegetables is really key to its success.
For sure. Finally, the quickest hot preparation, the mushroom turkey and Swiss cheese pizza. This uses a pre-made 6-inch small pizza crust as the base, leveraging maximum convenience.
This is a 10-minute hot meal. It utilizes thin slices of turkey or ham and pre-sautéed mushrooms.
And the crucial detail here is the speed of the mushroom sauté. Only 2 minutes over a high flame in olive oil. This preserves their structure and prevents them from leaching too much moisture onto the crust.
Thin tomato slices, coarsely ground black pepper, and a dose of herbs like parsley or basil are added, followed by thin slices of Swiss cheese, baked at a high 450 for a short 8 to 10 minutes.
The goal is rapid melting and bubbling, ensuring the crust doesn't become tough. It's the ultimate application of the cooked meat principle, fast, hot, and utilizing high-flavor cheese to carry the dish.
Wow. We started this deep dive thinking about a single roasted bird, and we've ended up with, 50 distinct global and culinary inspirations? It just illustrates how far this protein can stretch. From the incredibly slow, fruit-stuffed, char-broiled turkey demanding 4 to 6 hours.
All the way to the sharp, quick, spicy Acapulco roll, ready in minutes.
Turkey absolutely proves its adaptability.
The analysis of these recipes highlights that clear, unifying theme we established at the beginning. Because turkey is so lean, successful preparation, whether using ground meat, whole cuts, or leftovers, relies entirely on calculated intervention.
And that means two things.
First, introducing complementary fats, be it bacon, butter, oil, cream cheese, or mayonnaise, to maintain moisture and deliver flavor. And second, balancing those fats with sharp, high-impact flavors like vinegar, lemon, wine, Dijon mustard, or robust herbs, which prevent the dish from tasting flat and heavy.
That structural insight is the golden nugget. So, what does this all mean for you, the listener? Having reviewed 50 distinct ways to use different turkey cuts and preparations,
From jerky to casseroles, from piccata to bolognese.
we leave you with this ultimate culinary challenge that tests your mastery of versatility.
Design a single multi-course meal where every course, the appetizer, the main course, and even a side dish, uses a different, unique cookie preparation method that we covered in this deep dive.
You would have to think carefully about the flavor flow.
For sure. Could you successfully start with the savory and rich turkey, with herb cream cheese spread as an appetizer, move to the smoky, sweet Kentucky turkey and bacon brochettes as the main, and feature a hearty side dish like the leftover turkey hash?
It's a true test of versatility and flavor composition. Happy cooking, and thank you for taking the deep dive with us.